Hi, my name is Angela Youngblood, and I'm a mom of 4 in Michigan. Today I'm making this video to talk about methane emissions. To be 100% honest with you, I don't know a ton about it. I'm learning more and more every day, and I'm trying to pay attention to everything, but to be really honest, a lot of it's kind of scary. And I think maybe that's why people don't pay attention. They tune out when the news stories talk about the environment and the climate, and they don't want to hear bad news, and they think that they're helpless or that they can't do anything. And that's what I love about Mom's Clean AirForce. Not only are they educating me about what's going on, they are giving moms and kids and dads and people a voice to help make a difference and to learn about ways that they can influence lawmakers and people in Washington all the way to the oil and gas companies. I mean, through Mom's Clean AirForce, I've learned things that methane emissions from the oil and gas industry, that they're a huge problem. I mean, I've learned about facts like 7 million tons every year, according to the EPA figures. The methane from oil and gas industry are equivalent to 20-year climate impact of 160 coal-fired power plants. Now, if I heard that on the news, it would be like, I always feel like this happens in the news, and it's kind of crazy to me. They'll be giving you the local news, and they'll say, and methane emissions are ruining the air and hurting the planet. And then they'll go on to a pop culture story. And so it's like really scary. And then you kind of go into the other business of pop culture entertainment because that's much easier to listen to. I mean, stuff like methane packs 84 times the warming power of carbon dioxide over a 20-year time frame. The good news is, and also what I'm learning about, is that cutting these emissions is the fastest, most cost-effective ways to reduce our impact on the climate. And that's why I think it's so important when President Obama announced that his watershed goal last January was to cut oil and gas methane emissions 40 to 45% over the next 10 years. That's huge. I just feel in a world full of scary climate news, we have an opportunity to make a difference. There was a study that I learned about by ICF International, and it concluded that the oil and gas industry could cut methane emissions 40% for about 1 penny per 1,000 cubic feet of natural gas produced. Breaking it down, that's 1/3 of 1% at today's prices. It's so cost effective that industry says they'll do it on their own. And I feel like that's great. I hope they do it. But I think we need legal standards to ensure that everybody is doing it and doing what they'll say they'll do and making a difference. And I would like people to talk about this. It's not all doom and gloom and scary. It is scary, and it is causing problems for humans and the planet, but we can do something about it. We need continued decisive action. Emissions from wells, pipelines, and facilities and operations now. It sort of sounds like I know a lot about the topic. Well, I'm learning about it, and I'm excited to have an opportunity to reach out and educate and tell people that it's not, oh, well, we can't do anything about it. It's the big oil and gas companies, and it's Washington. Well, guess what? I'm reaching out. We can talk to our neighbors. We can talk to our local politicians. We can talk to people in Washington, to you, to the EPA, to implore you to take a firm stand on limiting methane emissions, because this one step can make a huge difference, and it can be a positive change. Thank you for listening to the ramblings of a concerned citizen, mother, daughter, wife, someone who's learning that we can all make a difference and have our voice heard. Thank you for hearing mine.